Hello everyone, welcome back to my English class. So yes, in my previous class, I have explained to you what the subject-verb agreement is and why does it matter, right? So in this class, we are going to explore the rules of subject-verb agreement. Before we start, let us have a refresher. What have we done in our last class? So what is subject verb? What is subject verb agreement? The subject, who or what the sentence is about, and the verb, what the subject is doing, must agree in number. That is, if the subject is singular, then the verb must also be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb must be plural too. Subject-verb agreement is crucial for clarity in your sentences. It helps the reader understand who is doing what and makes your English sound natural and correct. Now, what does the rule number 1 say? Singular subject need singular verbs. Plural subject need plural verb. This is something which you need to remember always, right? The dog barks all night. So here the subject is singular. So the verb is also singular, right? The verb is also singular, wherein we say verb 5, which is present tense. Okay. Now, the dogs bark all night. Again, the subject is plural. So, the verb is also plural. Right? Okay. Now, rule 2. When the subject of the sentence is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by and use a plural verb. Always remember this. Example, Tom and Jerry are famous characters. So, Tom and Jerry, two nouns, two subjects joined by and here. So, it becomes plural. What it becomes? Plural. Plural subject. So, the verb is also going to be plural. Okay, however, use a singular verb if two nouns refer to the same person or thing or are considered as a single unit. For example, or an idea. Many times you may have heard about slow and steady wins the race, right? Slow and steady wins the race. So here we are talking about one idea. We are talking about one idea. For example, Rajma and rice is my favorite dish. So this is one idea, right? So we considered it as a singular subject. Let's move ahead. Rule number 3. So with words that indicate portions such as a lot, a majority, some, all. So, or maybe rule number 1 given above is still applies. Use a singular verb in that case if the noun following it is singular. If it's plural, use a plural verb. Okay, so let's understand with the help of one example here. For example, a lot of pie. So children, tell me, a lot of the pie. So the pie is singular subject, singular noun or plural? Yes, of course. This noun is singular. Okay, singular. So the verb has to be also singular. In the same way, a lot of the cookies. So cookies is singular or plural noun? Yes, plural noun. So plural verb will be used here. Okay? Yeah, let's move ahead. Next, rule number 4. So what rule number 4 say? What in the sentences starting with there or here, okay, there or here, the verb agrees with the subject that follows it, for example, there are 4 hurdles to complete. So there are 4 hurdles. So now look at the subject follows it. This is verb here and there. Now see, 4 hurdles. Singular or plural? Yes, plural subject, right? Here is the best part of the movie. Here is the best part of the movie. So now see is the best part. So the best part, talking about only one part of the movie, right? So this becomes singular subject. So that's why singular verb is used. And here the subject is plural. That's why plural verb is used. Now, what does the rule 5 says? See, use a singular verb with sum of money or period of time. For example, $10. So consider it as a whole. $10. $10 is a high price to pay. 5 years is the maximum sentence. Okay. Here they are talking about that sentence, right? Okay, let's move to rule 6. What rule 6 says? Oh, quite interesting rule it is. But it's important one also. Many error correction questions can be asked through this rule. Yes. So students, with indefinite pronouns, what are the indefinite pronouns? Like singular definite pronouns include anyone, everyone, someone, no one, nobody, each, either, neither, one, etc. And they take singular verbs. Always remember this. For example, everyone, everyone. We are talking about everyone, counting everybody. Okay, so everyone loves. We are talking about individual person here, right? So everyone loves the new movie. Plural indefinite pronouns includes both, few, many, others, several, and they take plural verb. Of course, they will. So, for example, few, few, a few, the few, right? So, few, when I talk about few, it means we are talking about more than one. So, it becomes plural subject. So, few know the truth. So, plural subject, plural verb, right? Rule 7. Okay, so what does the rule 7 say? When subject are joined by or not, the verb should agree. The verb should agree with the part of the subject closest to the verb. With the part of the subject closest to the verb. See how? Either the teacher or the student. So which subject is closer to the verb? Yes, the students. And the students is plural or singular? Yes, it's plural subject. So plural verb will be used here. Now sentence 2, neither the students nor the teacher. So now which is the nearest subject to the verb? That is the teacher. So the teacher is singular subject. So singular verb has been used here. Now, come to rule 8. When subjects are preceded by each or every, the verb is singular. Always remember, the verb is singular. For example, each student. So we are talking about each student in the class, right? Let's say there are 70 students in the classroom, right? So I am talking about each student in the class. So each student is singular subject, so singular verb will be used. Now every book and magazine is talking about every book, okay, and magazine. So is will be used, singular verb will be used. Now, gerunds. Yeah. So we are talking about gerunds. Gerunds, verbs ending in ing. You know what are gerunds? Gerunds are non-finite verb. How it means? It becomes noun actually. The verb, when we add verb ing, okay, and it function as noun in the sentence. It becomes, we call it as a gerund. Okay. So gerund, words ending in ing that function as a noun and infinitive to. This is again non-finite verb. So to plus verb, base form of the verb, are singular and always take singular verbs. For example, if I say swimming, so swimming is fun, right? So swimming is fun. Always remember gerunds and infinitives. The verb, how we make infinitive? We use to plus base form of the verb. For example, I can give you one example. I like to play. So now this is the base verb, play. We have added to here, right? So main verb is this. However, dono hi verb hai, both are the verb, but this is infinitive, wherein we are not going to change this verb even if we are talking about present, past, or future, right? Okay, now move to rule number 10. Now, there are certain special cases also with exception. Okay, in English, there is exceptions everywhere. So, collective nouns like team, committee, family, group, they take either singular or plural verbs depending on whether the group acts as a singular unit or as individual. For example, the team is winning. So here the team is acting as a singular, okay, acting as a team, okay. But here the team are arguing among themselves. It means there are many members in the team and they are discussing, they are arguing on something. So maybe they are not, you know, talking about one particular point. They all have different views of their own individual. Yeah. Now, what rule 11 says? Yeah, title. Title of books, movies, novels, and other similar works are treated as singular and take a singular verb. For example, The Wolves is a movie starring Tom Hanks. So this is the name of the movie. Of course, name of the movie we are going to consider this as a singular subject. Okay, so singular verb will be used. The Avengers, again movie. Avengers is an action-packed movie. So this is also, here we are talking about one movie. Let's come to rule number 12 now. Expressions. Yeah, expressions like a number of usually take a plural verb, while the number of takes a singular verb. A number of usually takes a plural verb. A number of applicants are in the lobby. Okay. Now, the number of applicants is 50. Again, this is important rule. Rule number 13. What it says? Some nouns are plural in form but singular in meaning, and they take singular verbs. For example, news, mathematics, physics, politics, economics, right? So we can see as here, 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 and here. But these are actually plural in form but singular in number. Okay, singular in meaning, sorry. Singular in meaning. So, for example, the news is at at 6 p.m. Mathematics is challenging for many students. English is my favorite subject. In that way, what rule 14 says? Let's see. Unit of measurement or periods of time are usually treated as singular and take singular verb. For example, 5 kilometers is a long distance. $20 is the cost of the ticket. Okay, so remember, beta, unit of measurement or period of time, they take always singular verb. Now, what Rule 15 says? Rule 15 says expressions like a number of usually take a plural verb, while the number of, this we have already covered. Okay, so the best way to master subject verb agreement is to read and write a lot. However, there are many rules. It is, I know, difficult to remember all the rules altogether, but yes, practice will make you perfect. Not an issue. So pay attention when you are reading any article, when you are reading newspaper or any story. Writing practice sentences and having someone check them can also be incredibly helpful. Remember, practice is the key to mastering any aspect of a language. Keep at it. Good luck. For any questions, any query, please leave a comment. I will answer you. Thank you.